Welcome to this episode of The Latest Thread. Today we're going to talk about applique techniques on the long arm. Applique is one of my favorite techniques, and so to be able to do it on the long arm opens up a whole new bunch of possibilities. So let's see what we've got.
Great. This is mine, and that is the applique that has been fused to the fabric, and it's loaded on my long arm, ready to stitch.
That is intricate.
This is after, and you can't really, the picture didn't really do it justice here. This is after I had stitched all the applique down and done some additional stitching in each applique. In the leaves, I added veins, and in the wagon there, you can see the kind of boards of the wagon and the wagon wheel. So I added in lots of other stitching, and then that white chalk that's on there is what I'm going to do in my background. That's just a stencil. And so then I did some background stitching, just kind of a simple little wave of stitching, but you could add more or less. Mine is right there, all stitched, and you can see that background. And then I did a simple leaf because that border is pretty busy. So I just did kind of a simple leaf going all the way around.
It's beautiful. It's just,
that's gorgeous.
This is my idea of fall right here. Beautiful.
Yep.
And then were all of these appliques, were they fused down, Jeannie, or were they just laid there?
No, they were fused. I fused them down.
Okay. Okay.
And did you have any trouble with thread breaking or skipping or anything going through the fusible, or did everything?
No, I didn't have any troubles at all. I didn't have any troubles at all with that. No, and I did. The interesting thing about this too is that I did change thread colors, obviously, quite a bit because I matched the thread to whatever applique I was stitching on. I did not change my bobbin thread. I kept the same neutral bobbin thread throughout the whole project, and it worked really well. I mean, if you get up close to it, you can see the different colors of thread that I used, but you really can't see any of the bobbin thread because it was just a neutral.
Nice.
I also did not use, I know some of these kinds of applique things have been done. I've seen them done with invisible thread or transparent thread. I don't like that. It stretches, and I don't like it. So I just used whatever color the applique was. I just matched it.
I think that adds to the dimension too. If you had it in invisible thread, it kind of has that shine, and I think it would take away from it. So I like what you did. I like the matching threads.
Same here.
Okay, so this is mine. And I learned recently about a Japanese term called kaizen, and it means always learning and always trying to find a better way. I thought that is a great life motto. So I found a great graphic of it, and I digitized the outline, and then I stitched it. Well, I loaded the frame with black backing and black batting and then black fabric on top. And I found this really beautiful fabric in my stash that kind of looked like a sunset. So laid that over the top, stitched the design twice because I wanted to be nice and secure, and I wanted just a little bit more prominent stitching line. And then I went and trimmed it all out. And I ended up with, there's more trimming. I think it took longer to trim than it did to stitch. And there's the finished.
That's really cool.
Nice.
I like the ombre look of the fabric. It
Isn't
really
that cool?
makes such a difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
so that's my little, it's going to hang in my studio because it's a great motto for quilters is always learning something new, always striving to be better, and not about perfection, but about improvement and learning and growth.
That's really nice, Paula.
Thanks.
Really nice.
Having a lot of fun with the new machine.
This is mine.
Oh,
cool. I was in the middle of the night scrolling through Etsy looking at laser files, and I saw there was a pack of files, and this was one of them in there, and I thought, ooh, I could cut that out with the laser. So I loaded a piece of black fabric into my laser, and I let it cut out the design. And what's really nice about the laser is when it cuts with the laser, it burns those edges so they don't fray when you're working with them.
Yeah.
And two, I interfaced the back of this, so it really wasn't going anywhere. So I thought. Um, After I cut it out with the laser, I took it out and I laid it on a piece of white fabric because I really wanted that contrast. So then at this point, I'm making sure my lines are straight, and this was right before I was ready to start fusing it down to this um, background fabric. Then here's where the
Did
fun
you
part.
laser cut it with the fusible?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yeah, and you just took and peeled it, you know, peeled it off on the back,
Right.
and then when I got it on the machine, this is when I started to quilt it. And I wanted to nail it down. So what I did is I did a tiny little loop in those black areas with a really, really thin thread. And
Oh, wow.
what that did was it caused the edges of the black to start fraying a little bit, which normally I don't like that at all. I that this drives me insane. But after I got the whole thing quilted, I really liked it because it reminds me almost of couching or chenille look. So I really got
Yeah.
into it.
Yes.
Also too, this one, this is very, very puffy. I used a layer of 80/20 and a layer of wool. So this had quite a bit of loft
Mhm.
to it. And then after I did my little loops, I went back in and added in some pebbles and straight lines
Oh,
and
wow.
echoes, of course. And it really turned out good. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm really impressed with how this one turned out. So this is my kind of
That's very
style.
cool.
Yeah. It is very cool. And I do like the little bit of the fraying there. It's not too much and it just adds a little dimension to it. I think it's great.
Yeah,
hmm well, I
that's
had this
very
on there,
cool.
and I knew I wanted to do the echoes inside of these elliptical shapes, and I knew I wanted to do the pebbles, of course. Um, but it sat on my machine for a day or two because I didn't know what to quilt in the background. Um, and I was like, could I do more pebbles? Could I do a meander? What, just geometric lines. But then it just dawned on me that I want the contrast between the elliptical shapes in the background. So the straight lines were, of course, the number one choice. So I think it turned out really
Yeah,
well.
that
Very
really
nice.
makes those
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
shapes really stand out.
Yes. So now, of
Yeah.
course, I'm like,
They do.
I want to make another one and make a whole quilt like this. I'm like, you need to
I
stop,
was gonna
Tucker.
say, now you just need to make one bigger because,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. All right. So that is
that's fun. And see, now I'm thinking how you could go back in there with crayons. When it was first stitched out, I'm like, oh,
hmm
look at all those spaces. Now you could do crayon on there. We could just combine all the techniques.
we could.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I hope that you have found some inspiration about doing applique with your long arm, whether it's stitching it down or stitching it out, and combining it with some other techniques, and that you'll be excited to try something on your own. So thanks for joining us today on the latest thread.
Perfect. See you, everybody.
Bye.